normally do it for? I don't know.
We usually wing it. You know what I mean? I try to make sure I knock out important questions and go from there. So far, they've been long as fuck, and I had to chop them down. Me and Rick, I
Oh
had to
yeah.
chop that down to like a 25-minute kind of thing, and me and Ricky, I chopped it down to like an hour. So but
Oh, yeah.
as long as I got you here, bro, I'm just happy to have you. I got to do my corny intro. This is gonna be my fourth episode, but third that's really going. I'm gonna post on my shit. You know what I'm saying?
So where's it on your YouTube channel or just like your Facebook?
Here's Facebook. I don't
Okay.
want to do YouTube because that seems kind of too impersonal. You can mad motherfuckers criticizing my shit that I don't even know. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Okay.
So this is Brews with the crew. This is my man Mike. Got to introduce him. I known this motherfucker really since second grade, and I mean we've been close since high school. So today we're gonna talk about the movie Cliffhanger, and he do shit like this all the time. So I'm gonna kind of rely on him to anchor me if I get too off the rails. It's my dog. You know what I mean? He puts up with my randomness. This is what we're gonna do. First question I gotta ask you straight out the gate. Do you think Cliffhanger holds up?
I actually do. Yeah, I watched last. I think it holds up. Yeah, it was. What is that? You want me to elaborate or just answer the question?
You can elaborate a little bit. Just no spoilers yet for anybody who haven't seen this movie, because we're gonna get into spoiler territory real quick.
All right. Well, I thought the action was still pretty good.
Yes.
For me, and it was weird. It was like I don't know where they shot it at, but it wasn't bad CGI to me at all. I mean, certain parts I could tell, but it wasn't that bad. So I thought it did hold up. So.
Okay. Second, this is almost a given because it's a fucking Stallone movie in the 90s. But before going into it, did you think this movie did well?
Before going into it, no.
Box office wise.
Before going into it, I didn't think it did well at all because I didn't even see it. And I remember that time period, and it didn't seem like that was one of his more popular movies.
Yeah, it was like Stallone on the fucking mountain. Who gonna go see that shit, right?
Right, exactly. And it was like after the Rockies had ended, so it didn't seem like that would be something I would be interested in.
Yeah, it's like so
right.
All right. Those are my basic questions. All right. And overall, you think it held up well? You didn't think it did well at the time. Other trivial questions, I'm gonna hold off on this. Usually, I ask like, how do you think the action was? How do you think the acting was? But since you said you think it holds up well to this day, I think that answers those questions. And I'm going to wholeheartedly agree with you. I was very fucking surprised that this movie was so good from the beginning. Right? It was like, bang, you into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. As far as the screenplay, I didn't think was all that great though. Like I didn't think so certain parts.
Please elaborate.
Like I thought stuff could be,
Please elaborate. I'm all ears.
I thought the part where he first came back and that whole conversation was him. Yeah. And it was just like felt like they could have moved it along, and she was just like, "Why'd you come back? I came back for you." It was like him going and stuff like that. It was just
I forgot. You just reminded me. The third thing I usually ask is if you could summarize the movie, like for someone who hasn't seen the shit, without giving away anything more than what the trailer would have gave away. How would you do that?
I would say Cliffhanger is a high octane action movie. It's got things you wouldn't expect because there's not a lot of movies done that way. I would say it has I would say the villain was played well in the movie, and definitely. And I would just say it's very suspenseful. Like it's like because of the idea in itself, it's like automatic suspense because it's on a cliff and stuff like that. So I would say that for the movie.
All right. I like all of that, by the way. I got to co-sign everything you're saying so far. Yeah. What's the one question you would ask me, or does it delve into spoiler territory?
I might have two questions then. One without spoilers and one with spoilers.
Okay, give me the without spoilers. I'm all ears, baby.
All right. The one without spoilers, I would say. So you already asked me, did it hold up? Okay, I would say, were you happy with the ending of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, cool.
Just no question. All right.
All right. So I'm gonna do my little summary real quick, and
Sure.
then we're just gonna jump right into spoiler territory
All
and
right.
take
Cool.
away at the movie because it's fun.
Cool. Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't seen Cliffhanger by now, like me and Mike hadn't seen it, and you're a fan of Stallone and '90s pizzazz and a little bit of over the topness, no pun intended, uh, then go for it. Yeah, you can't be disappointed by this. I feel like it offers action, solid acting for the time, and a good ass cast. Like the cast is plenty of people what even the nobodies in this movie you recognize from other 1990s movies.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? And
I'm listening.
Stallone,
I'm just sending links. Yeah.
yeah, Stallone, even though he stole a little bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger swag with the one-liners and shit, it it hits. You know what I mean? I would definitely recommend this old movie if you haven't seen it and you doing the social distancing thing and you bored as hell. Give it a shot. That's where this whole thing started from. Yes, I recommend it. I can't give it a number though. I always ask everybody, would they be able to give it a number? What would you give it, Mike? 1 to 10.
1 to 10, I would say 7.5, which is
Ooh, yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say it's
Right.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
From this point on, we're going to nitpick freely. So if you don't want the movie ruined for you, other than just knowing it's a good action movie and it's more than Stallone hanging from shit, because that's what I thought it was. My memory was off. I was like, all right, Stallone really want to show off his athleticism. He's gonna be scaling mountains for the sake of just doing it. I was way the fuck off.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. Me too.
From this
Because
point on.
even as a kid and as a later adult, like not later adult, but like a teenager, like I literally thought it was just him about like some kind of cliff race or some, you know what I mean? Something
Yeah, I
like
thought
that.
he was
Like,
just like, yo, watch me scale this. I'm the best at this. It's gonna be adversity. That's it. I watched the
yeah,
trailer and they even give you a heads up. They show Leon with the Mac. I'm like, dang, I was way
yeah,
off.
yeah. I was way off. So definitely. So
I was
I
happy.
only remember as a kid seeing him on the mountain. I don't remember anything else. So that's
Yeah,
kind of why I kind of like threw me off, for now. But now we can talk spoilers now. We can move
hell
forward.
yeah.
All right. So speaking of Leon with the Mac, my one question for you was how surprised were you at the Leon versus Stallone fight scene?
Um, I was okay with it, even the cheesy ass fatality. And I feel like they hammed it up because he was the sole. No, he wasn't. He was one of two black guys in the movie. I think they gave him what's it called, poetic license. They was like, look, man, we're gonna give you this general game plan and do what you want with it. Because when he said bitch like 3 times, and he was like, yo, bitch. I'm like, bro, we get it. You're the bad guy.
I was like, is this Cliffhanger or Five Heartbeats?
Hell yeah.
Like,
I feel like he sprinkled some of everybody who he would eventually be. I thought he was going to
Birdie
look at the
from
camera
Juice.
and say, nobody coming to see you. You know what I mean? Like, I was okay with that fight because I remember it's in the 90s. They going every part of the villain has to be, what I wasn't okay with. Again, I remember it's the 90s, but they were just like that. I don't want to say British. I'm terrible with accents and shit. The dude who was also a bad guy, that racism came out of nowhere. He was like,
yeah,
boy. I'm like, you're not even Southern, bro.
And he said, kill his black ass too or something like.
I'm like, bro, y'all was on this team to get money. Where did this overt racism come into play? Like, okay, you don't like black people. Jesus, y'all was going to be rich if the plan went to, the way it was going to go.
And it made me think about that time period, how they always sprinkle in a little bit of racism.
Yeah,
here
it was
and
like,
there. And I'm like, were they like writing these screenplays like, let's get a little bit of racism here? I'm like,
yeah, that little bit snowballed too. No pun intended. You know what I mean?
So,
he was like, Jesus, dude, we get it. You don't like black people.
Right. Like when they wrote that shit, like, kill his black ass.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Leon's gonna be okay with that. Leon, his black ass gonna be okay. Yeah.
What made me mad was every time he hits the low, he kept making noise. Oh. I was like, yo, why are you making these noises?
We recently watched Cyborg, and that had terrible fighting scenes. Good fighting scenes too, but every time this one dude punched Van Damme, he had to yell as if he was hitting himself. So I'm at this point, everything above Cyborg, I'll endure. But yes, I hear you. I think that was Leon's attempt at seeming imposing. He was like, "Yo, I'm fighting Rocky. I gotta add some kind of flair to it."
I think he was excited because he's like, I
Yeah,
went from like singing show tunes to now I'm fighting, like like a
yeah, yeah.
whole new role for me and stuff like
They was
that.
like, yo, this is gonna be a start, something new for you. So he just overdid it, and you know what I mean?
And like the karate kicks really surprised me by him. Like I can see if he was just punching him, but he was doing like jump kicks.
I think they was like, you're not imposing enough to just street fight him. Let's give you some. Let's let's give you some qualities to match this international team of bad guy
Right.
player. You know what I mean? You had John Lithgow with that accent. You had Shorty, who for whatever reason, um, Shorty was very good. In the beginning, I liked the whole team. Before I knew dude was overtly racist. And him having her as the pilot, it made sense. But then you find out, oh, he can fly planes and shit too. What the fuck? You know what I mean? I thought everybody was like their own, you know, like, I need you for this, I need you for this. But then when it was like, we need to drive home that John Lithgow is a bad guy. He's too likable. Did he murder Shorty for what?
Yeah, that was stupid. He was taking out his own team for stupidness and stuff like that.
I think they I know the tropes of the bad guys have to be made sure to be bad guys, but it was not necessary. It was already good. They had a good solid plan. Let's steal this money in the air, and yeah, I mean, let's run with it.
Yeah, and I didn't and the other guy, the one who was racist, and when the whole soccer, when he was trying to
oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, look, I enjoyed the movie hands down, and I really like that you gave it a 7.5 because I don't know if I would have the balls to do that, but I definitely don't disagree.
I enjoyed it though, yeah.
But the nitpicking, I have to. If you're gonna kick somebody, don't do it on a mountain where there's snow, because if you miss, motherfucker,
right. He's like, he lines up for the penalty kick. The crowd's going wild.
All of this is lost. There's no audience. Besides us, the actual audience, all of your clever soccer analogies are, what the fuck? If you kill this guy successfully, he ain't gonna be like, ah, damn, did he? No. What are you saying that? So for future reference, when you tell people about this story, they be like, damn, yo, that was creative as shit. He was like, yeah, I kicked him, and I was like, flag on the play.
Right.
I mean, like, come on, man.
And then he killed him. That's another analogy when he killed him.
I thought that was great though. I thought Michael Rooker was on point. I don't think every white person is this soccer expert, by the way. Because but hey, if you kill the shit out of me and then I wind up killing you, and I do know some of the lingo, I'm gonna say it. You know what I mean?
I would too, because you've been doing it for like 5 minutes now. You've been having a good old time with the soccer.
Yeah, I do appreciate Michael Rooker not being a piece of shit in this movie. You know what I mean?
I was surprised to even see him there, to be honest with you.
Yo, seeing how young they look in this movie took me back. It was
yeah. And when I remember that first scene, the suspense, I was like, yo, like, I didn't know whether she was gonna fall or not. So it really was suspenseful to me.
Yeah, that was done very well. I looked up the trailer after watching the movie to see if I like to ask if you think the trailer was misleading. The trailer showed that part. It shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Because fortunately, I only seen the trailer after watching the movie. That would have ruined the whole fucking movie for me.
Oh, they should have showed that part.
Yeah,
Even though, the thing about that part is it's a good part. I don't think they went too deep into it because like, he comes back 8 months later, and I could fill in the parts, but it seemed like there was something missing. They should have showed like her funeral or Michael Rooker being mad at him. It just felt like that was like sped up to me and whatnot a little bit, like they missed the part of it.
I agree, but only in the sense that we didn't know the fucking time lapse. Like he came back to see Shorty and she like angry and like why is she mad? And then you're like, okay, I get why she's mad. I'm glad you brought that back up. Why in the hell were they so okay with like that? There's flirting and there's not cool flirting.
He kissed her on the lips.
He kissed her on the lips. She said, "We still on for dinner." I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? This is foul shit.
I was confused. I was like, are they both fucking her? I was confused.
And then Stallone was like, yeah, we on for dinner, girl. That's my girlfriend or fiance or whatever in the helicopter, and that's my man's who just made it safe. What the fuck?
I was super confused about like who's with who at that point.
And if she was that inexperienced, I get it. Women, the cliche that women like excitement, but no woman ain't gonna take her ass on no mountain with you if you got a bum knee and she don't even be going up there like that. You know,
And what was your plan to get down? Like, I'm so confused by this whole thing. Like, it's a lot.
when we get stuck, I'm gonna call my crew up. They're gonna come bail us out in a helicopter. Shouldn't we not get stuck? Fuck that, bitch. This is the life. This is what we do for a living. And then I'm be mad at my mans for her dying when I clearly saw that thing was breaking. You know.
Yeah. And after I watched the movie, I was like, they could have done so much more than put the helicopter 100 feet across, have her slide across. I'm like, they were doing mad stuff in the movie without that. I feel like they could have put the helicopter somewhere else and got her safe. I don't know. I just feel like they could have did more to get her down.
I'm going to build off of that and say, reiterate what you were saying. Why did they climb up that mountain? Like,
right?
You know,
he know all the mountains apparently. So then why did they climb up that mountain? You got a bum knee, bro. Like, what's going on? How you still got this job? You're a rescue person with a bum knee. I'm trying to figure it out. People like, I came here to get you, but now I need help. Like,
what do you say? The Nam? I messed up my knee in Nam or World War II or something.
Lied to her and said Vietnam or something like that, and then.
But then he was like,
Stallone came and said, get out of the hot tub.
And he was like, really? I'm like, it's good throwaway banter, but at the same time, if you think about it for more than a couple minutes, it just falls apart. The old guy. I want to say the acting in this movie I really enjoyed, but there's a scene.
Frank was good, yeah.
During that helicopter scene, he was.
Oh, he was trashing that, yeah.
Because the look on his face didn't look like he was worried. He looked like a pervert, looking at a half-naked woman or something. I don't know. It just looked weird when she was about to fall. I'm like, that's not the face you make when somebody's about to die.
Yeah, I agree. I was sad for Frank though when he got killed. Honestly,
I definitely was. It was to me that definitely was more of the reckless bad guyisms. They didn't need to kill his old ass.
Yeah, or I need to kill those kids who were like skydiving out there and stuff like that. So.
Glad you brought those up. They didn't need to kill them. They only killed one, by the way. The other one made it. I feel like they were just thrown in there for X Games factor.
Me too. Yeah.
They didn't go see dude at the end to see if he was okay.
No.
He just jumped off with his little wingsuit, and then probably Wesley Snipes was watching that like, yo, I'm gonna do that in my next movie or some shit. Remember that movie?
Passion 57.
No, I think it might have been Terminal Velocity. Passion 57 was a good movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
I'm scared to watch it again. I'm scared to watch it again though.
Why?
That might be one of the movies where it don't hold up.
Kind of like Star Wars, first three for you. I got you.
Oh my God, no. Nothing is like that. Nothing is like that. Because everybody hates those, and I love them.
Right. But you won't go back and watch them again, though.
No. I feel like my disappointment for Wesley Snipes movie back in the 90s, but Star Wars is black. Because I know the disappointment that comes with a Star Wars movie.
Right.
And everybody can kiss my ass with these ladies 3 talking about they're great. No, they're not. They are not fucking great movies.
They're definitely not great at all. Sorry about that. Some of the other black dude, I thought he was miscast as the like director of the FBI or whatever he was. I don't think that's like the role for him, man. It seemed like he wasn't his mannerism seemed like he wasn't as interested in what was actually going on. Like he wasn't like as focused as an FBI leader to me would be at that point. And maybe because he's soft spoken too. That might play a part in it. That's what I say about the miscast.
That's a very good. I can't disagree with that. I just buy him because he's the same person in every movie he's in. And
he is.
And to me, it just fit. He was like, I'm here as just a placeholder. Don't focus too much on me. They also need for you to know that not every black person is like not cast in a movie. And to me, he was just like, yo, look at this black dude who's semi-important further along the plot. And that's all he was there for. Like you will not look back on that movie and think, oh, he really stole the show. And I think that was his, why they, but I agree with you though. He wasn't stellar. I just didn't think he needed to be. What else was he in? He was in a lot of shit, yo.
Yeah. They had a lot of black. I feel like during that time, they had all the black lieutenants and black captains and stuff like that for some reason. But I
he
feel
ain't
like
fucking with the dude from Beverly Hills Cop though.
Hell no. He was mad as hell all the time.
Yeah. I'll say this: if you had Axel Foley under you, and you already got to clean up his mess, yeah.
And he was in Detroit already, so you know he was just mad all the time.
They always busy. Wow.
I know. No, no, but yeah, the kids thing. I like John Lithgow as that part or whatever.
I was not ready for him. I forgot he was in this movie.
Yeah. Me too. I didn't even know he was in the movie actually. So it was I saw it did make like 270 million and a 70 million budget. So that's pretty good back then.
Yeah. See, all right. I read the budget was 65 and the office was 255. But who knows when they stopped tallying?
It's close. Yeah, it's not close. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah.
It's clearly a winner. I thought it was going to be a semi-successful Stallone movie. This wasn't semi-successful. It was damn good.
Oh yeah, it was damn good. And then you know what? Next was like Assassins for him. So to me, he had a little streak going on even after Rocky because I like Assassins. So.
What? Oh, all right. I'll say this: Assassins was that one with Antonio Banderas, right?
Yeah.
I saw that after seeing The Matrix. The Wachowski brothers did that, and I know it's unfair to compare the two because there's not many movies that hold up against The Matrix. But I was like, this movie.
It's not The Matrix, at all.
It's not. But it was just like, it was like, y'all just really like the idea of seeing Antonio Banderas and his flowing hair. Because they had too many scenes in the movie where he was like, and then like,
I liked him as the assassin because he had like this wit with his accent, so it kind of went together and stuff like that. It was pretty good.
I gotta ask, how long has it been since you've seen that movie?
It's been a while.
Okay.
I might want to go back.
No. Trust me, I can't shit on your. Did you see it when it was new? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't see it when it was new. But,
oh, God bless you, bro.
Yeah, but I probably saw it like 2005 or something like that. Maybe.
That sounds around the same time as me, man. I just was like, I stomached it, but it was like, I don't know. You know,
it kind of had like a Tango and Cash type vibe for me, except for they were like.
You're on point. I was just about to say, it's an old movie that I only saw as a kid, and I don't remember much from it, but I want to go back and check it out. Tango and Cash.
I love Tango and Cash, but that's why I like Assassins so much. Whatever. I like that two people coming at each other type thing. Watch Tango and Cash, man. I mean, it's really good. So.
But it was cool in that movie, though.
They were cool. Well, they were cool,
I know,
but
they also were rivals or some shit. They did different ways, but they had to work together. Yeah.
And then one of them, dude was fucking Kurt Russell was fucking not Kurt Russell. Who was in that movie? Is it Kurt Russell?
You're right. Kurt Russell and Stallone.
Yeah, was fucking Stallone's sister or whatever. So that made him kind of have a.
I'm talking too much.
I'm sorry.
I'll say this though. All right. I'll get trivial, but it matters. What do you think of? I forget the main character name in the movie. What do you think is Stallone's love interest in this movie?
I forget her name too right now. I think it was Jill, maybe. I don't know, but anyway, I thought she was okay. Honestly, I looked her up. She looks better outside of this movie and whatnot. But I thought
she was cute in the movie.
Yeah, I thought her role was good. Honestly, I don't know. I wasn't ever a fan of white girls with short hair. Honestly, so that kind of like threw me off a little bit.
Okay, you said that. I gotta ask you, bro. Under Siege, remember Shorty?
Yeah, she was right. That's true.
Oh, fuck it, we might as well do it. Ghost, Demi Moore.
Demi Moore is always bad. I don't care what she's in. You're right.
True.
Because like Disclosure, I think I bust my first nut off Disclosure as a kid or whatever. So I was like, yo, god damn it. Michael Douglas and Demi Moore, shit. The lotion.
All right, what about G.I. Jane?
Nah, not G.I. Jane. But remember, she did the striptease joint Demi Moore. She was bad in that joint. So.
I know. So shaved head is where you draw the line.
Yeah, shaved head where I'm drawing the line. Definitely. Yeah, I'm good. I don't know Sinead O'Connor type shit. I'm good with all that. Like, I would not be. You know what? I'm lying though. I probably would fuck some of the Dora Milaje if they fucking had bad bodies and shit. From Black Panther. I'm lying about the shave head. Yeah, I'm not. Even though I wouldn't fuck with them because they might fuck me up if I did wrong and shit. But
no, I feel like this. I know boundaries between things getting physical. I'm cool. You know what I mean? If they want romance, cool. An argument, I can tell when they're about to flip out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? No, I'm safe. I mean, hey, you want to try
Yeah.
Chris, a docile man who wasn't a warrior? Cool. I can give it to you on that front. Once you start trying to swing at me and shit, I'm gonna leave anyway because I don't deal with that shit with women who I feel like can't whoop my ass up and down. So the minute I do, because even though they might not be able to be like this, crazy. I ain't
Yeah.
doing that shit. I might cut
Yeah.
this part out, by the way. Um,
That's fine. Let's move forward. Back to
yes.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. Michael Rooker, I was happy to see because I love him in Guardians, of course. So I had never seen him in a prominent role outside of Guardians, me really, like in a long, long time. So it was
Yeah.
good to see him doing that. And then I looked it up. I was like, dang, yo, Stallone is 73. So he was even in his 40s when he did this movie and whatnot. So he was like still like, a prominent star into his 40s and stuff like that, which is dope about Stallone.
Definitely, man. But I feel like once you're in that groove of things, like the fucking body fat he had at Rocky 4 or 3, one of those is ridiculous. It's not even safe to operate at that level of body fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also felt like they was taking a shirt off for no reason in this movie a lot, but I get it. You're trying to play the ladies and stuff like that.
You got to give that the '90s pass, bro. Like if you had Stallone in a movie in the '90s and he didn't take his shirt off, that people were surprised. You know what I'm saying? That would have been like when Tom Cruise played a bad guy in Collateral. You know it for that. What's Collateral about? Jamie Foxx is in it, and what else? And Tom Cruise is a bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there's a movie called Damn, This Sweater Look Nice starring Sylvester Stallone, that's going to be the one movie he don't take his shirt off at. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like getting Arnold Schwarzenegger not to flex in a movie. He even punched a reindeer in the face in Jingle All the Way. Come on, man.
Which is where I think kind of why some people do put Arnold above Sly because his comedic timing can be a little bit better sometimes. So. A little bit, or those family type movies. Even though I did like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot from Sly, but I think
I'm not judging you because I haven't seen that whole movie. I'm only surprised because that movie was universally shadowed. Like people.
I like the mom. I thought she was actually funny.
Everybody like her from Golden Girls. If you ain't like her, you was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
The movie itself, no, it's a lot to be desired in that movie. But her character, I thought was good. But but even with that, I think that Arnold's better when it comes to like family or comedic, which means he has more range, I guess. Because Jingle All the Way I watch it right now. It's even Christmas time.
I love that movie.
I like Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
I love that movie. To be fair though, Arnold did have that one movie where he was pregnant junior. It was called. I never seen that.
Yeah.
Was that whack?
I didn't see that. No, it didn't look good to me. So
yeah, it was.
But if you go to like Twins and Kindergarten Cop, like Arnold been doing this for a minute, like switching back and forth, even when he was doing all the action stuff.
Damn, you're right. Yo, you know one movie? I didn't know this did terribly until I looked it up years ago. I enjoyed it. Last Action Hero. I like that shit.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, actually, I watched the what's it called, GQ, but they did like a sit down with Arnold. They do it with all the actors. I watch it all the time, and they actually talk about all their movies, and they they give you background about like how this movie came about, who they talk to, the director, all this other stuff about the movies they do. And Arnold was saying even like in the 80s he wanted to get into comedy as well, drama as well. Like he didn't want to just be an action star at the time. So nobody had to like talk him into it. Like he was already like, yeah, I'm trying to do some other stuff.
I think he wanted to diversify his stocks and bonds. That's all. He never wanted to be a one-trick pony, even though he knew his bread and butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I read he wasn't with the idea of Terminator being a good guy in Terminator 2. And James Cameron was like, bro, like we did the first one. You gotta trust me on this. I got vision. And he's like, He's like, think about it. It'll fuck they heads up when you come in and you like. So he's like, oh, okay. So
trivia for you. What movie would you guess was the biggest payday for Arnold as a role, playing a role?
That is fucking super. That's a mountain.
I ain't talking about like back ends. I'm just talking about not what the movie. I'm talking about what they paid him to play the role. What movie do you think he got paid the most to play the role?
I can't even begin to do that, yo, because I'm sure it wasn't Predator. Only because Predator to me is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Nobody say. But Arnold just him and Stallone from the 80s to the 90s, bro. It was just like you couldn't tell them he wasn't paying them. That movie wasn't getting done. That they paid him not what he made, because I
Right.
remember he had a deal with him, Danny DeVito, and I think the dude who was handy in Ghostbusters. They had a deal where you only had to pay them up front, but they was gonna make money off of that for the long run. I remember that in his book.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm shitty with that. Yeah, I can't even begin
I
to.
thought you were getting close when you said Danny DeVito, only because they both were in Batman, but it was Mr. Freeze. He got paid the most money to play
I
than
cannot
any other movie.
fucking believe that, because and I know the money they was dumping on movies, dumping on Batman movies back then, but when you have Victor Freeze, one of the greatest villains, not gonna say one of the greatest villains, but of my childhood, yo, they underutilized him, because if you watch the
Yes.
animated series, he was
Yes.
real. He wasn't just a
Yes.
bad guy for no reason. He was like, yo, my wife, I gotta find a cure.
Yes.
Batman, I don't want no problems. You will not stop me though. I love that. So when they had fucking Victor Freeze in a movie with ice skates and cronies with ice skates, in a movie where Batman and Robin have nipples on their suits, I'm surprised how much they pay him for that shit, yo. Jeez.
I think he almost got like 20 million, like almost made to that $20 million movie club at that time. That was like a very, very exclusive club at the time. Like nobody was making that much. Like Tom Cruise, maybe. I think Will Smith had started after like Independence Day and stuff like
Independence
that.
Day is what made Last Action Hero.
Right. But I don't think but I think that's like when he first started making that $19-20 million a movie.
How much did they pay George Clooney? Did they pay him more than they paid George Clooney?
Yeah, because he was a bigger star. He had Terminator and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, but Jesus Christ. Like, and Clooney was that dude.
Huh?
Clooney was that dude for the women.
Movie-wise, though, he really wasn't at the time.
Right.
He was on ER. But he didn't have
he
had movies like that. Like Schwarzenegger was known for bringing back money for movies, so that was like his big. I was surprised. I was like, Mr. Freeze, out of all your iconic roles, that's the one he got paid the most for. I was super surprised. So.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You wonder how much they paid Danny DeVito to be Penguin. But that was a good movie. That was a fucking excellent movie.
That was phenomenal, yeah. You know what, though? Now you say that, though, I would love to see him do Mr. Freeze again in a Batman movie, but make him more layered and see his pain from about to lose his wife while he's doing what he's doing. Like, I think that would be dope, actually.
I think there's a lot they can do with Batman, but they keep on just doing the same stupid shit. Like, as soon as it left Nolan's hands, I was worried. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, here they go with this whole thing where they just want to pick up the most obvious parts and force feed it to people. They could have done Batman Forever with my man from Twilight. I keep on forgetting his name. What's his name?
Man, I already call him Edward from Twilight.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Here you go. Yeah.
All right, they could have did Batman Forever, and when I realized they were just going to do another Batman, I was like, that's whack. But I go front. I'm sold on it, and they got Colin Farrell being the Penguin. I'm interested.
And Andy Serkis being
is the director.
His butler is Alfred and stuff like that. So.
I thought he was directing this.
No, he's directed Venom 2.
You're right, which is completely what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, you do a lot of motion cap, right? You were Caesar, direct this movie. He was like, all right, but you know.
Yeah, he directed Venom 2. But I would like to see him as Alfred. I think that was pretty cool. So we'll see.
I just hope they don't do that shit what they did with the last guy who was the butler, where like Alfred wears like mad hats. He was like, sir, I made you some coffee and I did your surveillance and I looked up this footage in Middle Eastern territory. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Give me Lucius. Give me Morgan Freeman and make sense all over again.
Yeah. We're gonna see, man. I'm excited to see it when it finally. Well, you know, but doing the movie theater stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they could give Batman a break, but whatever. Just make sure the movies don't suck, and I'm on board. I remember watching my man, yo. I love this dude, and I'm drawing a blank right now. Our generation's first Batman. You know who? He was in Beetlejuice as Beetlejuice.
Oh, Michael Keaton. I'm sorry.
Michael Keaton, excellent. Then they did a second one that was great. Never mind, you're right. Never mind, I'm wrong. They've always needed a Batman movie because even after Batman Returns, it was a little while, and then they just started all over again. Like it was like Jesus Christ. It was like,
Yeah, always. It never stopped really. It was it was then Val Kilmer, and then like you said, George Clooney. They had to add the Robin, and so it was just too much actually.
yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah, the Batman family. It was she was Alfred's niece.
Oh, Alicia Silverstone, yeah, from freaking Clueless, yeah, it was Batgirl, yeah. Which,
Yeah,
oh my God, that's horrible casting, by
yeah,
the way.
whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I always feel like once you get into the Batgirl, you can just kind of throw it out. You can kind of throw it out throw the water out with the baby. They say they throw the
Yeah,
baby out with the water because it's
yeah,
like once you have too many variations of, I don't need this whole Bat click. You know what I mean? Oh shit, it's Bat cousin. You know what I mean? I cut it out. You know what I mean? Keep that relegated to the comics unless you're going to do it very well. That's
yes, I agree. Yeah, it was too much. Now you're a Bat team. Like,
yeah. They might as well throw the Superman dog. What was it? Super Crypto or some shit in the
yeah.
next Superman movie. They better never do that. They better never do that.
I think in the Titans show though, with the Superman on there, the Teen Titans. I'm pretty sure he is. But anyway, bro, it's been real, but my time is actually up. I gotta get
I
ready to go
appreciate
for
it,
my
man.
Netflix
Yo,
watch
yeah, I cut
party,
it real
man.
close.
Yeah. Hey, but yeah, let me know we do it again next week. Just let me know the
Cool.
movie you want
You
to watch.
suggest the next movie. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Appreciate it. This has been Mike, and this has been Brews of the Crew. My man don't drink, by the way. That's why we didn't do that toast. But all
All
right,
right,
man.
man. Talk
Hey.
to you. Have a good one.